guys, and welcome to Juliet's Sewing Life. Today I'm going to give you a detailed tour of my studio. I love that word studio because if you could see the other side of it, that would be our bedroom. And my husband's 6'7" and literally I let him, he has to squeeze through this little edge and then get into bed because I've taken all this room, which you're going to see. So let's start with the sewing table. And I love this. This is one of the things that was shipped all the way from Michigan. So this is my sewing table. It has a cutout, which means that my sewing bed is flush with the table. So I can do a whole quilt and a coat, and I've done my coat, and it's resting and nothing's dragging off the side. And if I needed, when I need to do the arms or anything like that, all I needed to do, I'm going to unplug here because I don't want to catch my cords. Wow, I've got that in good. And this one, got it. Take those out, and then there's a little lever at the bottom, and then I just lock it into place, and now it stands up here, and I can just remove my arm, and then I can now do my sleeves and things like that. So it is amazing. My husband's like, gee, could we not just buy one when we get to England? I said, no, I love this. I want you to come with me, please. And he made it happen, so that's lovely. So this is a sewing table. I actually got this from Amazon. And you know, I just think it's absolutely worth the investment. I think I paid $190, I think. But it's on Amazon. You can't miss it. It's and the table folds away, so these legs actually fold down, and it can lie flat if you want to put it away. It never gets put away, but it can lie flat. The legs come in like slightly like an ironing board. So this is my my sewing table. I highly recommend it, and you can purchase that on Amazon. This is my sewing machine. This is my latest. No, actually, I've got another sewing machine. That's another story. We won't go there. Yes, this is my newest sewing machine, and I love it. This is the Brother FS130 QC, and I just love it. It's really smooth. It goes through jeans and all kinds of heavy duty things. It's got a ton of stitches, and I can do monogramming and all that good stuff. So I'm really pleased with this. And I've got my needles here because I've got to change my needle because I sewed something on it. And this thread is just really when I'm just mucking about, so it's nice and coloured. So moving on to the mannequin stand. This is not, I've got a professional one that came through with my other things, which I'll talk to you about another time. This is really reasonable. I think I get everything from Amazon, and I think it was like £20 or something, and it's soft, so I can actually pin. You know, you can adjust and pin straight in. I love it, it's brilliant. But it's not the professional one which I just received, which you can dial up and adjust the bust and the hips and the waist and things like that. I've just got that, I haven't got it out of the box yet. But this is what I work on. And this is my project I'm working on at the moment. It's a jersey dress, wrap dress. And it's pretty easy to put that one together. That didn't give me too much trouble, actually. Yeah, that's quite an easy pattern. I'll talk to you about that later. So moving on to, can you see here? So now this is, oh, and lighting. I've got one of these lights, and it's like a, what is it called? A reading light and a baby light. I can't remember how they say it, a child lamp or something. And so one goes up like that, and I can direct the light where I need it, and that's really valuable. And then from here I can move straight to my serger. Or overlocker, as we call it here. Is that American? I can't remember who calls one. We call it serger, you call it overlocker. Okay, there we go. And this is interesting. I actually purchased this in Hawaii, and it stayed in the box for 3 years because I was terrified that if the threads ran out, I wouldn't be able to rethread it. And so I never used it for 3 years. So really, when I say I understand the beginner's mentality, I really do understand it. And now I just can't believe I left it for 3 years because it's really quite easy to thread. It really is. And it gives you a great finish, and I love it. And then next to that is the latest addition to the family. This is my embroidery. It actually is an embroidery and a sewing machine, but I don't actually use it for a sewing machine. I prefer this brother machine for that, although it has got the scissor cutters and the arm lift and everything like that. It's a real gorgeous one, but I actually prefer the stitching and the machine, this machine, to that as a sewing. So I use this just strictly for embroidery, and I always have it set up for embroidery. So, and I've also got needles here because I've got to change the needles because I did an extensive project. Yeah, love that. Now this is what I want to talk to you about in terms of storage. Look how much stuff I have here. The unit is from IKEA. And that was like a steal at like £39. That was a bargain. And each of these tubs were, I think it was £2.50 for the tub and 50p for the lid. So £3 all in all. And then they're just invaluable because it keeps everything clean. And so this is all embroidery. In this is all embroidery. I've got my fabric glue. I've got stabilizers, scissors. I've got my bobbing thread. Yes, loads and loads of stabilizers, and the sticky spray. So this one actually happens to be for the embroidery, and this is a spare massive hoop that I've not actually used yet. That comes with this machine, so you can rehoop. You don't have to rehoop as often. But I don't think I've done such a big project that I need it, so that stays in the box. So here, this one, oh God, it's falling apart. Oh blimey. This, I have all my sewing stuff in. So it's all my threads, my ham, my zips, bias tape binding, making thingies, and ham, and all kinds of good stuff like that, and zips. So that's that. Oh, let me show you. Here's some of the, they don't come, these ones don't actually come in the design. I go to a website and get them. Oh, this one is. So this is what it stitches out. Welcome to our home, Juliet and Harvey. So that's the first thing I stitched on here, and I was like, oh, it's so cute. So this is the sort of thing you can get. I bought this one. I love it. I mean, I can't wait to find something to put that project on. These are just my samples. I do all samples on Calico. I just buy at least 3 yards at a time on Amazon. It's so cheap. It's cheaper than going to Joann's or to your local fabric store, which probably charges about £4 to £5 a yard or a meter. And I can get basically 3 yards for about £6. So I get that on Amazon, and I do all my samples on Calico. Everything I make, I do a sample on the Calico first. So yeah, I made this for my sister, Joy. It was for a cushion cover, so this is the template. This is how I worked it all out. So that was for her. She's so sweet. These are all on here. Those are all from there. So those are my templates that I have there. These are projects. So this is a quilt. This is a quilt that I have to quilt. And I need the confidence to quilt it. That's the only thing I haven't done. I haven't actually quilted it, but I put all the pieces together, sewn it together, and all that good stuff. This is full of jersey fabric, and I also have various shades of thread. So I do tend to buy the good quality thread. Actually, this is quite good. It's pretty good, pretty strong. It's okay. But I found that once I actually couldn't find the shade I wanted, and I couldn't actually sew my project. Had everything ready, you know how I bag everything up. I had everything ready, but I couldn't find the thread. So I decided that I was not going to be put in that situation again. So I got these again from Amazon. These are Moon coats threads. So this is like the brights, and that's the pastels. So although I do buy the really expensive one, the Gutterman, if I can't find the shade I want, I know I can have it at home, so I feel confident I can make my projects. This is my quilting. This is, oh, why are you here? This is your bags. Why are you in here? You're in the wrong place. You're in bags. You should be down here. There we go. Right, this one here is all about my quilting, my die cuts for my baby go, and wadding and things like that. This one, because I make a lot of bags, it's got all my fixtures and fittings, glues, And this is, that's my cleaning supply thing. This one I have, oh, all my projects that I've cut out already. See, even more calico came from Amazon. So this is all my projects that I've either cut out, they're all bagged up and ready to go. So some of them, I actually haven't done a cut day because I usually do a cut day. So these are all ready, everything's all there, ready to go. I've just got to cut them and then make them. So that's this pack case. All right. Oh, that's heavy. I've always been interested in quilting, but I just could not be asked, quite frankly, to do the 4/5 of the whatever and the 4-5 inch chop. No, sorry, I'm not going to do that. So then when I found the Accuquilt, I just jumped on it. So I have cut quite a few things and I will start stitching. This is a bag I made. This is my very first bag I made. I'm so pleased with it. And I have embroidered that. I embroidered that on the top. So that's a bag. My things. So that's my baby go. And then I've got here, ooh, all my threads. Oh, why have you got all my threads for my embroidery, all in this lovely case. I really would recommend this case. The case is separate. I'm just going to put these on properly so they shouldn't really pop out like that. And it just keeps everything nice and clean. I like everything to be dust free. I don't like anything dusty. So that keeps it dust free and I can see it quite clearly. So that is basically my workstation here. And this one has just got fabric that I really just love. And so this is a really good wool that I got a good bargain on, another bargain here, and more fabric, more heavyweight fabric in here. So more heavyweight fabric. So we're coming into the winter, so I'll be digging into that little treasure trove. So that's basically the storage. And I have loads of stuff in here and little room in the sides for other little pieces that I might need. So now I taught you guys how to make, well, we taught you how to make a cutting table. I wasn't able to bring the cutting table. I did try, but he's going to build me another one. So at the moment I have a table, picnic table that I brought from America that is now my cutting table. So I've got a cutting mat, I've got my pins, rotary cutter and rulers and all my various scissors. This is where I keep my sketchbook and pencils when I want to make a design. Of course I have, let's swap over. So here is the stool I sit on. I've also got fabric paints. I've got my sewing machine cover, caddy to bring that. And also I've got my ironing station right here. So this is my little sewing studio. And my husband's actually cramped on the bed filming at the moment. But there's about roughly about the same amount of room over there with a double bed shoved up to the wall. So you really, really don't need an awful lot of space. This is our bedroom. It's London and space is premium. Honestly, there is. I love America. God bless America. Because you understand the necessity to have 2 bathrooms. Standard. Please educate England because we clearly don't understand that. Don't get me started on that. And also the rooms are really small. But actually this is quite a big flat compared to most of the flats in London, which were able to do this. It's a regular double bedroom and literally everything is shoved all the way up to the window. So we have this space to do my studio. And he's such a sweetheart to have done that and allowed me to do that. So this is my studio and I just really wanted to show you with some simple storage units like this and some plastic buckets. You really can utilize your space and have a really good studio. You don't have to wait till you get that amazing house so you can have that total room and have your wonderful sewing studio which is dedicated to you, your woman cave as it were, or man cave. Yeah, you don't have to wait. You just can get really good storage and very reasonable. My machines cost more than the furniture, not the other way around. Really, my machines cost the most money and the furniture is like £39, £2, £3 for the whole set. and you know, you've got yourself a really good deal here. I will be building my cutting table because I want it at the right size, but at the moment what we have is like a picnic fold-up table with a cutting mat. I've got all my rulers at the back and a massive cutting mat when I'm cutting out my clothes, and I always use a rotary cutter. I got shears and things, but that's just really to cut the cloth. I'm not really going to cut the actual pattern out with that because I really want a nice sharp edge. It's nothing like a rotary cut for a sharp edge. So there's my studio. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can find some ways of being able to incorporate some of these things in your small spaces, and so you can have a good working environment. And I have to say, lighting is absolutely key. Get white light, get LED white lights, so you've got perfect light and you can see the actual colour of your real colours. Because if I show you this, this is not ideal. You don't want this sort of stuff. Well, do what you got, but if you can see, it's not a true colour. That is not a true colour. When I turn it off, now you see the true colour. And white light is the best thing to have in your studio as much as possible. So please leave your comments and tell me how you utilize the space in your sewing room. Are you lucky enough to have a sewing room, or do you just have a little corner? Are you going to be telling your husband that, honey, you're moving the bed down there because I need more space and we're going to IKEA? So just let me know how you're going to utilize the space in your room, in your home, to build your own studio. As always, subscribe, rate, leave a comment, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.